friends, I'm back to continue our session on genetics. Okay, in the last session we had discussed how to carry out a dihybrid cross and a monohybrid cross. Okay, I hope you have understood and gone through those video sessions. Now when Mendel carried out a monohybrid cross and a dihybrid cross, we have discussed his experiments which he has carried out on the garden pea plant. Okay, so when he crossed homozygous parents is the parental generation. Okay, that is homozygous dominant versus homozygous recessive, and we got the F1 generation. So in F1 generation we got all dominant. So when he crossed the homozygous parents, he derived the law of dominance. Now law of dominance states that out of a pair of contrasting characters present together, only one is able to express itself. The one which expresses itself is called as the dominant character, and the one which remains unexpressed is called as the recessive character. Now a recessive character can express itself only in the presence of another recessive. Okay, so you have to understand this was the law of dominance. Okay, law of dominance was when he crossed the homozygous parents in the F1 generation. Okay, homozygous parents, that is homozygous dominant and homozygous recessive. Now when he carried out a cross between heterozygous parents, okay, when Mendel carried out a cross between heterozygous parents, he derived what is called as the law of segregation, or this is also called as the law of purity of gametes. Okay, now this is with respect to the F2 generation, that is the two factors out of a pair of genes, they will separate during gamete formation. Now these factors, they do not blend with each other, but instead they will segregate. So because the genes separate, you are getting one recessive in the F2 generation. Okay, if you remember, that is the in F2 generation in monohybrid cross, you got the genotype ratio as 1:2:1. Okay, so that the first one is the two capital homozygous dominant, then heterozygous, and then one recessive. Okay, you can look back to the ratio if you have forgotten. So you have to understand that when he has carried out a cross between the heterozygous parents, that is our F2 generation, he derived the law of segregation, or it is also called as the law of purity of gametes. Okay, and the third law of inheritance was when he carried out a dihybrid cross. Now what is dihybrid cross? When there are two characters and their contrasting traits. Okay, so when there are when he carried out the cross between the two contrasting characters and their contrasting traits. Yes, the alleles they will separate. Yes, the alleles they will separate in this, and then you are getting again in the F2 generation, you are getting the ratio as 9:3:3:1. So this was called as the law of independent assortment. Okay, this third law was the law of independent assortment, which is related to dihybrid cross. Law of dominance is related to the F1 generation. Law of segregation or law of purity of gametes is related to F2 generation, and law of independent assortment is related to the dihybrid cross. Okay, is it clear? So now we will just have a look at these three laws. You have to learn all three laws properly, any one is asked. Okay, so just pay attention here. Mendel's laws of inheritance. Now this is just an introductory statement for you to understand that when Mendel crossed homozygous parents, he derived the law of dominance, that is F1 generation, and this is the law. Now this you have to remember, law of dominance. Out of a pair of contrasting characters present together, only one is able to express itself while the other remains suppressed. The one that expresses is the dominant character, and the one unexpressed is the recessive. The recessive character can express only when the pair consists of both recessives, that is homozygous recessive. Okay, this is your law of dominance. Now second, when Mendel crossed heterozygous parents, he derived the law of segregation, that is also called as law of purity of gametes, that is F2 generation now. So the statement is law of segregation, also called as law of purity of gametes. This you should remember. the two members of a pair of factors. Now that time the term gene was not coined, was coined later. So factor means gene. Two members of a pair of factors separate during the formation of gametes. They do not blend but segregate, means separate into different gametes. Gametes combine together by random fusion at the time of zygote formation. So this law is related to the gametes, that you have to understand. Now third, when Mendel crossed two pairs of characters, means dihybrid cross, he derived the law of independent assortment. So law of independent assortment, when there are two pairs of characters, the distribution of the alleles of one character into gametes is independent of the distribution of the alleles of the other character, as is seen in the production of gametes of the F1 hybrid in dihybrid cross. Means the gametes which are formed as a result of the F1 hybrid cross, okay, that in the dihybrid cross. Okay, is it clear? So just note down these three laws in case you have not been able to write it down. We'll pause it for you so that you can take it down properly. Okay, so we have completed monohybrid cross, dihybrid cross, Mendel's experiments on the garden pea plant and the laws of inheritance. Okay, now we are going to discuss the last part of the chapter, that is sex linked inheritance. Now we have also discussed that the sex chromosomes are XX in female and XY in a male. Okay, now the appearance of a particular disease or a disorder due to the presence of a defective gene on either the X chromosome or on the Y chromosome, okay, is known as sex linked inheritance. Now when the defective gene is present on the X chromosome, it will be called as X linked inheritance, and when the defective gene is on the Y chromosome, it is called as Y linked inheritance. Okay. Now X linked inheritance is the diseases which are known as color blindness and hemophilia. Now color blindness is due to the presence of a recessive gene on the X chromosome. And what is color blindness? The person is not able to differentiate between red and green. You may have done this in sense organs. Is not able to differentiate between red and green. That is called partial color blindness. And total color blindness is everything appears grey. Okay. Now this color blindness and hemophilia. Hemophilia is that blood does not clot, or it is also called as the bleeder's disease, because of the lacking of the clotting factors, and also it is genetically transmitted. So both these diseases are caused because of a recessive gene on the X chromosome. Now you have to understand that it is highly unlikely that females will suffer from either hemophilia or color blindness, because it is highly unlikely that both the X chromosomes carry the defective gene. Okay. Now even if one X chromosome carries the defective gene, since it is recessive, okay, its effect will not be felt. The gene on the other X chromosome will mask its effect, right, because it is recessive. So for a female to be either colorblind or be show this hemophilia, both the X chromosome has to have the defective gene. So females generally, when they have only X chromosome carrying that defective gene, only one X chromosome carrying that defective gene, they are called as carriers. So they are just carriers of that disease. They will not show that particular disease. Okay. Now the male sex hormone is what? XY, right? So now when the X chromosome carries the defective gene, there is nothing on the Y chromosome to mask the effect of this X chromosome, the defective gene on the X chromosome. So in spite of the fact that it is a recessive gene, its effect will be shown. So therefore males with just the defective gene on the X chromosome will show the disease, means they will be either colorblind or will suffer from hemophilia. Okay, is it clear? So you are generally asked, that is females rarely suffer from hemophilia or color blindness, but males do. So you have to explain it properly. Now Y-linked diseases, actually Y-linked is not there in your syllabus, but you have to remember just that Y-linked diseases are baldness. is baldness and hypertrichosis. What is hypertrichosis? Is a disease where the hair is coming out from the ears. Now you may see in some persons the hair grows from the ears, okay. So that is called as hypertrichosis. Hyper is excess and trichos is related to hair, okay. Now this is because of the presence of a dominant gene on the Y chromosome. Now anyways females don't have the Y chromosome, it is the males only who have the Y chromosome. So again Y linked will be more common in males only, okay. So unfortunately they are at a disadvantage, okay. So now we will just see what this X linked sex linked inheritance is, okay. So just have a look here. Now this question, what is sex linked inheritance? Explain why hemophilia, color blindness is more common in males than in females. Now give 5 stars to this question, this is very important. Sex linked inheritance is the appearance of a trait which is due to the presence of an allele exclusively either on the X chromosome or on the Y chromosome. This is the definition of sex linked inheritance. Hemophilia and color blindness both occur due to the presence of a recessive gene on the X chromosome. The female with 2 X chromosomes is unlikely to suffer from hemophilia or color blindness because it is highly improbable that both the X chromosomes carry the abnormal gene. Even if one X chromosome carries the defective gene, since it is recessive, its influence will be hidden by the gene on the other X chromosome. The male has only one X chromosome, and if the defective gene is present on it, there is nothing on the Y chromosome to mask it. Hence, hemophilia color blindness results. Okay, is it clear? So, in case you have not been able to copy it, we will just pause it for you so that you can note it down and give 5 stars to this question. It's important. Okay, now just see this question. Explain or predict the inheritance of color blindness in the following cases. Now case 1 is mother is having normal vision, so you will write XX, and father is colorblind, so X, this circle indicates the defective gene, X dot Y, okay. Now male gametes you will always write this side and female gametes here. This represents the male sign and this is the female sign, okay. So X dot Y, the gametes here, XX here. Now this is your Punnett square. So X, X dot, X, X dot, XY and XY. So this X, X dot is female who will be a carrier. This is also a daughter who is a carrier. This is a son with normal vision, son with normal vision, okay. So this you are supposed to predict this color blindness. Now case 2, mother is carrier, means she will have that defective gene. Father normal vision, XY. Okay, so again XY and X, X dot. So XX normal vision, XY son who is having normal vision, X dot X daughter who is a carrier, X dot Y color blind son. Okay, clear? And case 3, mother carrier and father also color blind. So carrier father color blind, X dot Y, and this is carrier mother. So now X dot carrier, XY son with normal vision. Now this, see in this case X dot X dot. So here you will get a colorblind daughter and colorblind son. Okay, is it clear? So you can be asked these cases, so you just have to make this Punnett square. Okay, so just note this down before we move to the next part. Now this is our last part of the chapter, that is mutation. To define mutation with an example. So mutation, it is a sudden change in one or more genes or in the number or in the structure of the chromosome. Okay, mutation definition is important. Generally you are asked to explain the term. So mutation is a sudden change in one or more genes or in the number or in the structure of the chromosomes, and this mainly occurs because of certain uh, rays etc. Okay, due to the bombings etc., nuclear emissions, all this can occur. Okay, so example of this mutation is sickle cell anemia. Now you know what is the shape of the RBC, it is biconcave disc shape. So in this type of anemia it becomes sickle shaped. Sickle, you understand, by which you cut that, it's somewhat like this. Okay, the shape is like this. So it is a blood disease caused by gene mutation. Mutation causes a change in the DNA resulting in the production of sickle shaped RBC. So instead of a biconcave shape, the RBCs become sickle shaped. So what happens? The ability of the RBCs to carry oxygen is very much decreased, which results in anemia. Okay, so this is example of the disease caused due to mutation. Okay, so with that we have completed the chapter. Now some question answers we'll just note down. So question 12, name the following species to which human beings belong. Homo sapiens, you have to underline it like this, Homo and sapiens. The chart used for artificially arranging the chromosomes according to their size and shape, it is called as karyotype. This I had explained to you last time. I don't know if you went through your textbook. There is a picture in your textbook of all the 23 pairs of chromosomes. So that is called as karyotype. Chromosomes other than sex chromosomes, autosomes. Next is the scientific name of garden pea is called as Pisum sativum. Then X-linked disease, hemophilia or color blindness, any one you can remember. Y-linked disease, baldness or hypertrichosis. Technique in which the genetic constitution of an organism is altered by introducing new genes into the chromosome, that is called as genetic engineering. Okay, then the condition in which there is a total absence of pigment in the skin is called as albinism. A blood disease caused due to mutation, sickle cell anemia, and cell organelles visible only during cell division, chromosomes. Okay. Now in case you have not been able to note it down, we will just pause it for you so that you can take it down properly. Okay, next question is choose the odd one out and give a reason for your answer. Color of eyes, hair shape, curly and earlobe. So odd term is curly here because all others are characters. Okay, generally you are supposed to write in this manner, odd term and category of the rest. So color of eyes, hair shape, earlobe, these all are characters and curly is a trait. Okay. Next, curly, straight, color of eyes, heavy, bushy. So odd term is color of eyes, category of the rest, all others are traits. Okay. Then lion, tiger, dog, domestic cat. Now odd term is dog because all others have 38 chromosomes, that is 19 pairs. Lion, tiger and domestic cat all are having 38 chromosomes, that is 19 pairs. Next, purple flowers, yellow seed, green pod, terminal flowers. Now odd term is terminal flowers, category of the rest is all others are dominant traits in the garden pea plant. Now that table of 7 characters and its alternative traits, you should remember that. Okay, any can be asked from that. So here terminal is recessive, all others are dominant. Then green seed, axillary flowers, white flowers and wrinkled seed. So odd term is what? Axillary flowers, and category of the rest is all others are recessive traits in the garden pea plant. Okay, is it clear? So with that we have completed this chapter of genetics. Okay, we have discussed all the aspects which were there in the syllabus, that is the different terms related to genetics, all are very important. Phenotype, genotype, homozygous, heterozygous, allele, then dominant and recessive, okay, character, trait, Then we also discuss monohybrid cross, dihybrid cross. You should know how to perform a monohybrid cross and report the genotype phenotype of F1, F2 generation, carry out a dihybrid cross and report the genotype and phenotype of F1 and only phenotype of F2 generation using that Punnett square, those 16 boxes, right? Then Mendel's laws of inheritance, learn by heart properly all the 3 laws, any one is asked, okay? Then sex linked inheritance we discussed, that is the X linked inheritance, color blindness and the hemophilia and mutation, okay? So we have discussed all the aspects related to genetics. Now only the board questions are remaining, which we are going to discuss in the Zoom session, okay? So happy studying and stay safe and healthy in the house. Thank you.